Okay, so we got this hub apart, inspected. The wheel bearing's got a little bit of wear on it, but it was adjusted pretty good. Readjusting it. This locking washer is supposed to have a dimple that sticks out on it that goes into one of these holes, and then when you bend the tab over, it can't spin. Somebody put it on upside down and completely smashed the dimple. So I've ordered a new one of these from Luke at US Coach. We're just putting this back together, changing the oil. It's good to go. No seal leak. The brakes look great. Nice even wear. Everything in the drum looks good. There's no excessive heat checking or anything like that. So this is all just going to get cleaned up, put back together. And then everything that we talked about yesterday is still going to get done. Airbags, shocks, radius rod bushings, tie rod ends. And all that's been ordered from Luke at US Coach already. So this all looks pretty good. I had one bolt on the brake drum that didn't want to come out. But yeah, everything looks good on this. Okay, so this pipe right here is bad. It's been re-welded up here, and it's not the same contour that it's supposed to be for the V-band clamp, and it kept blowing off on him. So I had him wrap around it, put the clamp over it to take up some of the difference on it. So it's the equivalent of being duct taped together. But it did get him here, so you can make fun of it all you want, but it kept his turbo boost up and got him here. So we've ordered this pipe. This is available. Luke at US Coach has it. It is not a cheap pipe. It is over $600 just for this one exhaust pipe right here. But we'll have that to put on, and we ordered 2 new clamps for it as well because this was an old clamp. He'd bought a different clamp from somewhere else, and it wasn't exactly the right type of clamp. So again, we'll get the new one on there, and that should fix his exhaust leak that he's got with the turbo. And like I say, he was on all kinds of problems because it actually kept blowing the pipe off. So it's no good. A couple initial things. This pipe, this hole is open, so it's sucking dirty air right in through there. That's got to be plugged up. Put a starting fluid cap in there or something like that. This fuel line right here has been rubbing up against there because it's not secured. So we'll get that attached with the bolts down here. There's some mounting plates for it. That's just kind of the fuel line is just kind of flopping around in there. At some point, somebody upgraded to the Dabco Fuel Pro filter over there, and they just didn't reattach everything. So we'll get into it and check out some other stuff on it. We're going to hook it up. He does not have a turbo boost gauge on the dash, so we'll hook it up to the D-deck. This is a D-deck, so we'll hook it up to the scanner and see what kind of boost pressure we're getting, just to have an idea of where it's at. It should be good. It seemed like it had enough power. It was definitely down on power coming up the hill, but obviously it's got a huge exhaust leak on the turbo side, so he wasn't getting full boost. We need to work on the gasket seals on this, but he's not having any overheating problems. So just some door seal stuff from Home Depot works pretty good in there. Radiators look good. Definitely has green coolant in it. It shouldn't. We're going to see about adding the SCA Precharge additive to it since the coolant is relatively new that's in it. Just trying to save him some money on that as well. So this door got messed up. I hit something. He didn't do it. It came that way. Tyler's called Chris Newton, and he's got one of those doors, and he's going to see about getting one of those to replace that. And he had a bad blowout at one point too, and took out the wheel fairing there. So he's going to see if maybe Chris has one of those too. It'd look a lot nicer if they can get that put back on there. But it's going to make our life easy today getting these wheels off. So we're going to get the rear up, check the rear brakes, the rear hubs, radius rods, all that kind of stuff. I suspect there's an issue going on with the brakes. That's my big concern for today. And we're getting all the parts ordered, so I'd like to get as much ordered as I can. So measuring right here, the center of this cotter pin right here, the clevis pin, is at 4 1/4 on the brake. He's going to step on the brake. I'm going to move my hands because I don't want to get pinched. Go ahead and step and hold it. And now it's 6 3/4 inches to there. That thing's all the way maxed out. As far as that thing will travel, it has come all the way out. And the brake, let me check it. Well, it has got some tension on it, but it's not doing it the whole way. Go ahead and release it. And it doesn't pull itself back. And it doesn't pull itself back in. I had to do it with where did I put that big pry bar at? They put it back away. Oh, maybe I can do it with this little one. I doubt it. It took the big one. The DD3 is bad. Oh, almost bit it. There's air pressure inside there still, and there shouldn't be, so it's not venting out of there. The boot is torn on there, and dirt and gunk has got down in there and ruined it, so we need to put a DD3 rebuild kit on it, and we should be able to fix that problem up. We'll see how the other side is. And this airbag is not looking very healthy either. This shock is blown out. That shock is blown out. Radius rod bushings look good back here. There is no bump stop. No leaky wheel seal, so that's a good sign. Spin that, see how the bearing feels. Any unslop or anything. That's the rear end clunking.
Very little though.
The drive shaft looks really dry, like it hasn't been greased since since George Bush.
Which one?
Well, the bus is a 93, so. So we have a leaky wheel seal on this drive axle. This airbag is going to get replaced. This one's much newer. We're going to put a, that shock is blown out. That shock is blown out. Let's see if we can get bump stops on there. They're missing. This DD3 wasn't maxing out quite as much, doesn't have the torn boot. This airbag looks pretty nasty. And that shock mount, I don't know if you can see it. Sorry. Martin Scorsese, I am not. There you go. It's missed, there's no bushings. It's just floating around in there. The wheel hole on the bus are supposed to go round and round. That one stops on its own. You need brakes when you got that.
No kidding.
Just take a shock mount. See what's been rubbing in there, banging. Is anyone else volunteering? There is definitely no S-cam bushing on either end of that. On both sides. This is the other side. It's like a slit in this airbag.
Maybe a pipe wrench? No, the Cobra's on a pipe wrench or something.
My hammer?
There you go.
Okay, so we had a really good day on this MC-12 today. We got a lot of progress made. We got a lot of parts ordered. Nothing that I see is any red flags right now that are serious issues. I still got a few more parts to order. I didn't discover those S-cam bushings on the tag axles until late in the day. But yeah, we're gonna have enough to keep going for the next few days on parts. So we got a lot done. It was a good hard day's work. The whole entire bus, there's no wheels on it right now. Everything's up on blocks. Around to the other side. Plenty of room to work in the shop. So, more progress tomorrow. We're gonna get all the old parts off that are coming in, so everything's ready to go back on as soon as we get it. Hopefully we'll have this done before the weekend.